What's going on, everyone? I am just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about Formula One. So, apparently, this is a very popular sport around the world, and especially in parts of Europe. And, although I have definitely heard the phrase Formula One before, I really have no idea what that means or what this is, other than some kind of car racing. So today, I really want to take some time to actually learn about what Formula One actually is and why it's so popular. So I want to check out this video by Cleo Abram. WTF is F1. Okay.
If you're new to F1, you might know its American cousins. NASCAR has the least family resemblance. Closed cockpits, oval tracks. IndyCar and F1 look more related. They've got the spaghetti-looking track, open cockpits, but there's
Oh. So, like, racing cars is kind of popular, or at least like growing in popularity in here in the United States, but I didn't realize there are different kinds of car racing or different types of cars, different ways of doing it. I really didn't know that. So, yeah, I'm familiar with like the terms like NASCAR. That's big in the US. I don't personally follow it, but that's a thing. Indy and Formula One. So they're kind of related, but they're actually all different kinds of cars and races. I didn't know that. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now.
But there's one really important difference between these two, and it's the reason why F1 specifically is such a big deal. In IndyCar, all of the cars use the same frame, or chassis, the DW12. So the competition here is mostly in how you race that car. But in F1, every team has to design and manufacture their own cars.
Oh. Oh. That's huge. Wait, what? I don't know. I've never thought about this before. I guess I kind of assumed like everybody just like goes and buys their car from like one of the car manufacturers or so in the indie style, everybody's like racing with the same model of car. Whereas she's saying the big thing that separates Formula 1, every like racer or team has their own car. Like, who makes the car? Like, wait, what? They make the car? Like all the cars are different? So if you're a racer, do you have to like hire a team of like engineers or something? What?
And the best part is that they get to improve the cars between each race, or not, depending on how they do. So the competition in F1 actually centers around the car itself, not just how you race it, but also how you build it. And
That's really interesting. So that's a huge aspect of this. I've never thought about racing cars as like an engineering competition as well as like skill. Like you need obviously a driver, and I know these guys like have incredible reflexes and timing, and it's like really hard. It's like hard to like keep your head up or whatever. But I thought that was mostly it, like the racing part. There's a whole other part of this I had no idea about, where they're actually building their car. So, like, if you're going to be a fan of Formula One, do you kind of have to understand cars and like car parts and how they're made to really like appreciate a lot of this? Because I feel like a lot of Americans, like myself, definitely, I don't really understand like car mechanics and parts and what makes one better than another. So that seems like that's like a massive part of this whole thing, right?
And rebuilt it again and again and again. This is why I love F1. It looks like the sport of daredevils, but much more than that. It's the sport of nerds.
It's the sport of nerd. What an interesting combination. That's right. Like, you have to be kind of crazy to do this, because I don't know how fast they're going, but it's like really fast, right? Like, I know in like NASCAR or whatever racing, you're going really freaking fast. Like you could die if you like make the wrong move, or if it flips, or you have to be kind of crazy, and then you have to be really, really, really smart, or at least like your team or whoever makes the car, I guess. How to win.
Each team races 2 cars, so 2 drivers for the same team. Each event, or Grand Prix, is 3 days: practice, qualifying, and race day.
Whoa, okay, so we're just jumping into like how it works, how you actually do like a race, like the format. There's teams, but each team has 2 cars and 2 racers, did she say? 2 different people racing?
Each event, or each team races 2 cars, so 2 drivers for the same team.
Each team has 2 drivers. Wow, I didn't know that. Why? Why is that? I guess that's just like the way maybe there's a reason, I don't know.
Each event, or Grand Prix, is 3 days: practice, qualifying, and race day.
Okay.
I watch these on TV every time they're on, but this was the first time I ever got to see it in person.
I got to see the car up close. Now I am inside the Mercedes garage.
Truly, I have.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've never really seen these things. Like, not up close. And I'm sure seeing it in person, like, with anything, seeing it live in person is totally different. Like, it's real, it's in front of you. But I've never even seen this. What the heck is this? This is a car? This looks like a spaceship or something.
Never had more fun at a sporting event and seen less of what was actually going on.
So right now they're about to do a practice pit.
Here's how this works. The order of who does the fastest lap on qualifying day becomes the lineup at the starting line on race day. And passing isn't easy, so where you start is a really big deal. Depending on where drivers finish, they get...
It's a really big deal where you start the race. So the qualifying is really important in determining maybe potentially how well you're going to do. Certainly where you start on the actual race day. Obviously, you want to be in position 1. That's like at the front, right?
Finish, they get different numbers of points. After 10th place, no points for you. Drivers want to get the most points themselves to win something called the Drivers' Championship. But teams want to get the most points total to win the Constructors' Championship.
That's interesting. I guess I just kind of assumed with the racing stuff, it was like every man for themselves, man or woman for themselves, and so I don't really understand this team stuff. Well, it says like Team Red Bull and Ferrari and Mercedes, like, so different manufacturers or sponsors, really. Red Bull makes cars? I know they do it like extreme sports, but are these all car manufacturers? Do they team up with racers and help design the cars, or? So there's another aspect, like if Ferrari, if their car wins, that's good publicity. That makes them look good. So they're trying to win for like a branding reason, but also the individual drivers want to win. Like Max Verstappen or whoever is trying to individually win. Okay.
The 2 championship thing actually kind of makes for funny mismatched incentives sometimes. You can hear it on the radio when teams have one strategy, like they want to let drivers pass each other, and drivers get really mad about that.
If he's quicker, we let 3.
That's very unfair, but okay.
But
right. Like, especially if it's your teammate, like on the same team, you might want to let them pass you to like get more points for the individual standings, or that's kind of weird.
generally, everybody agrees about the big things, which are drivers, race your fastest. Teams, make the best car.
they've shown a couple clips here. Like, these machines are like, they look insane. For one thing, they look crazy. Like a space shuttle. Like an alien spaceship. And these are going really, really freaking fast.
All right, here's the fun part.
Lego is here. Hey,
Okay.
kids, look.
There's my driver. Hello, Lewis Hamilton.
They make full Lego kits into F1 race cars? Like, how detailed are these?
Think of an F1 car like an airplane upside down.
Okay.
Both meant to move as quickly through the air as possible, right? But where an airplane's wings work to lift it up, these cars' wings work to keep it down. Why? Because winning doesn't just depend on going fast. It also depends on keeping control.
Yeah, that's one of like the most terrifying things about this sport, right? Like the crashes and things. What can go wrong? Because they're going fast. That's a good way to put it. Like you want the car to be like glued to the ground using physics or whatever. You don't want the car coming off the ground, obviously. That'd be pretty bad.
And that requires a firm grip on the ground. Take a look
And it gives you more control and stuff, right?
at the shape of this car. Now watch how the air moves across it. See how some goes
Wow.
above the wing and some squeezes the long way underneath it? That creates a situation where there's higher pressure above and lower pressure below, sucking the car toward the ground.
They've put a lot of thought into this. Like, this is like, looking at these cars, these look expensive. And it looks like there's like 20 people on every team and engineers, and there must be a ton of money that goes into this.
That's actually happening all over the car, not just on the wings. And we could talk for hours about the design features on this thing, how they shape and use the air. Some pull air in through the car to cool it down. You can actually
What?
see there's a hole there. I think they're trying to imply that on my Lego model. Some
These are crazy.
actually let the driver release air, lessening that downward pressure and allowing them to go faster in order to pass. It's kind of like a Mario boost.
What?
You can actually hear this in a race. Listen for DRS here.
Now, Charles Leclerc is going to have DRS to try and fight it back.
Taken together, an F1
I had no idea. Like, there's a lot more nuance to this racing stuff. I thought it was just like, you push the gas with, pedal and steer, and, that's pretty hard. There's like all this like opening wings and airflow and stuff.
One car is just a symphony of aerodynamics. I actually got to see them up close and personal when I was in Miami.
We're going there.
I absolutely
Oh my
did not
God.
keep them cool.
I'm trying to be cool, but it's a real thing here.
You can see teams perfecting these cars over the years, understanding the need for wings and adding them and changing the shape and pushing our understanding of aerodynamics to shape.
That must be cool if you're like a long-term Formula One fan, to like see how the cars advance as time goes on. I'm sure like every year, like they evolve and get crazier and better with technology and stuff. So that's like a really cool aspect to this sport. The technology part of this. I've never thought about racing like that. Racing cars like that.
Shave off just fractions of a second. Hundreds, sometimes thousands of people work on this, all for one team. So,
Okay. There's a lot of money and effort going into this Formula One stuff. Like, that's crazy. And thousands of people. I mean, there must be millions or billions of dollars in this, right? How do you even become a Formula One race car driver if you're trying to compete? Like, it must be so competitive because it's such a huge investment to create these cars and develop them.
how much does this cost?
Yes. I'm actually very curious about this.
F1 teams don't really want to share the details here, so there's a lot of speculation. But
Okay.
they're also companies, and some of them have to file their financials somewhere. So with a little bit of research into various European countries' reporting requirements, hold on.
Yes.
Dun, dun.
Oh, I bet this is ungodly expensive. I bet it's crazy.
Na-na. Here they are. Annual reports for every F1 team I could find, which is actually 8 out of 10, so I'm feeling pretty good about it.
There's only 10 Formula One teams in the world? Or maybe there's like different leagues? Are there different leagues and stuff? Probably.
Pretty good.
As a fan, this is kind of cool. Like, look, this is Toto Wolff's signature. What I learned
Okay.
from all this is that running an F1 team costs anywhere from $95 million to $425 million.
One team can be $400 million. That's, I mean, I was expecting something insane, but that's insane. I mean, I guess it's worth it. Like, so this Formula One is like a huge sport, especially in Europe. I know around the world. I think it's even like getting more popular here in the US. I've definitely heard of it before. There must be a ton of money in this.
Ooh, that's a lot of money.
But the year after these were filed, F1 instituted a new rule saying all teams were only allowed to spend $140 million. So these reports are going to look a lot different for this next coming year.
Oh, interesting. So, I like how with the Formula One, each team gets to be like creative, you know? Like make their own car, their take on a fast car, their version. And part of that is just like, maybe it's not fair if like one team has more money or resources, or maybe they think that's not fair, but so they're capping it. You can only put 140 million into like the team and the car, I guess. That's an interesting way of like making it more fair, maybe.
Oh, good.
Still a lot. No matter what, F1 teams spend a ton of money.
Yes.
So, what do they make? These reports show that F1 teams make approximately nothing. They run surprisingly close to break even. Red Bull, for example,
Really?
made $230 million in revenue, and then add these two up, $229 million in costs. And they ended up with approximately $1.2 million in profit.
That tells me that probably the main reason for even doing this is exposure, like brand awareness, brand exposure. They're not literally making a lot of profit off the racing itself or this whole operation. I think that means they're just like content with the exposure and getting people to see the car and the Ferrari and stuff like that.
If F1 pushes forward car innovation and the future of cars is electric, does F1 need to get more electric too?
Oh, that must be like a huge discussion. Right, this headline says like, is it even possible? I don't know. There's some pretty good electric cars now, but like, I don't know if you, at this point in time, if technology, like electric cars, like trying to beat this machine just like spewing out explosive gasoline, diesel power like a rocket ship. I don't know if you can, it's got to be difficult to beat that.
And if F1 doesn't go more electric, does it get farther and farther from its original promise over time? Less applicable to the technology that we use and more a novelty. Oh, let's go watch those cars that use gas. I don't know. Now you're up to speed. You can watch a race, you can enjoy it with your friends, and you can also speculate, like the rest of us, where it's all gonna go. I'll be watching with you, and I'll be rooting for my favorite team.
Okay, well this was very good. Really well done video. I feel like I went from knowing basically nothing other than this has something to do with cars and racing, and now I totally, like, I understand so much more, and I appreciate so much more like what this is about, the racing, the skill, but the teams, the individual racers, the technology, comparing one car, one team to another, like the ongoing development of the cars every year, and that's really cool. This is way cooler than I thought. So, yeah, I enjoyed this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on Formula One or any of your thoughts on this stuff, especially if you're like a fan of this kind of thing. That'd be cool to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.